The big kickoff to the United Way fundraising campaign took place this morning, bright and early. Hundreds of people turning out for a fantastic breakfast. Joining us today, Todd Ring and Danilee Baker. Of course, you guys have been up bright and early this morning. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you. And the broadcast center was up bright and early as well.
Yes.
As Bill mentioned, a whole table. So we just can't thank you enough for all your support.
It's a tradition, right?
Yeah.
It is. It's one of those great things. You get up early, end up seeing a bunch of people you know, and everybody's coming together for an awesome cause. And today was no different, obviously. Let's talk a little bit first as the campaign chair, Todd. There's been a bit of a different change in the way things are going to be done in terms of setting your sights on 3 years instead of one.
Yeah, that's right, Susan. And it was such an inspiring breakfast today. It always is with the stories that we hear. But we have decided to change a little bit our focus this year, as you said, going to more of a 3-year goal from the 1-year goal. And the reason for that is that we know that in order to make impactful change, it takes time for that to happen. And it doesn't just happen on a year-to-year basis. It's hard for our agencies to plan to make change, impactful change on a year-to-year basis. So we thought we wanted to really shift the focus around the 3-year goal for that reason.
Okay, so what is the 3-year goal?
So our 3-year goal is definitely to make that impactful change. We still realize that it takes funds to do that, and our goal this year is $6.5 million over the 3 years. So that's where we're at. But we really want to focus on the number of individuals that we can help with that in our major focus areas.
Okay, and here we have a poster that talks a little bit about who's impacted, who's affected. Danilee, I know that there are 3 focus areas. Are these them?
Yeah, so all that kids can be, and we're really targeting the children and youth and really focusing on that prevention piece. So when we're talking about leveling the playing field, it really is about play. So after school programs that are safe and engaging for those youth and children, cooking or art, get them to be expressive and creative. And then the next focus area is poverty to possibility. So we had a great video this morning at our breakfast about a family that couldn't make ends meet for graduation. So those kinds of things we provide funding for to help folks maintain their housing, not lose their housing due to eviction, and then also just to bridge the gap when ends don't meet. And then finally, strong communities, and that's really encompassing everything from seniors to mental health to domestic violence. And we're looking to reach out and connect folks in all of our communities throughout the region.
Okay.
Yeah.
So to clarify, I mean, every year you guys rely on funding. If this is a 3-year goal, how does it work to fund things for next year when you're working within a 3-year parameter?
Well, you know, we generally will probably raise about the same amount each year. But for example, our regimental ball, our CMP is putting on for the benefit of United Way will happen this fall. We'll do jail and bail in the spring. So we're looking at, you know, a continuous intake, and not everything goes out right in the spring. We do hold back some funds for emerging community needs, such as the Cache Creek floods that happened unfortunately this summer. So.
And let's talk a little bit about that. When people think of the United Way, they think of how it's helping Kamloops, but it's actually the Thompson, Nicola, and Caribou, which means there's many regions that are being affected in a very positive way.
Yeah, and we're so excited because our partnerships allow that impact to happen in the region. And we know we share that region with Interior Health, with so many of our donors and of our nonprofit partners. And really, the dollars go so much further in smaller areas. So we're just so excited to really make an impact and use our community leaders in those areas, all the way from Williams Lake to Blue River to Chase to Merritt to Ashcroft, Logan Lake, and Cache Creek.
Todd, you mentioned earlier there's many powerful stories that were shared at the breakfast this morning. You yourself are an excellent speaker. A lot of people came back in the newsroom and said, boy, that Todd always has something to say that really it resonates with people. And I know today you shared a story about a childhood friend that you used to babysit, and that was a sad ending for that person.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that people sometimes don't realize about the United Way is that we actually have more connection to it than maybe we sometimes think. And so we think that a lot of us are fortunate. We're not going to deal with poverty, or we're not going to deal with addictions, or we're not going to become seniors. But the reality is that if we think about it, I think that many of us are touched in many ways through the programs that the United Way can support. And so the example that I gave was of Simon, and Simon sadly became addicted to drugs, and it's not a choice that people make. He didn't choose that. Maybe he made some bad decisions along the way, but we really need to be able to be there to help people, especially when they make that ask, because we know that there will come a time when they do ask, and maybe they ask again and again, and we never know when that ask is going to happen. And I think that was a personal story for me that I think can resonate to many other individuals.
Excellent. Thank you for being here, the both of you. I know you always put out lofty goals, but somehow it seems that the communities come through. And I have no doubt that over the next 3 years, there's going to be a very successful result. I know last year you raised $2.3 million. I mean, that is a massive amount for 1 year alone. So I think this is fantastic. And we'll look forward to seeing some of the great fundraising events that will be taking place in our community as we head into fall and beyond.
Oh, thank you so much, Susan. Thank you for having us
You're
here.
very welcome.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts that you'd like to share right now?
I think I would just echo what you said. The people of Kamloops always come through, and I think that's what makes me so proud to live here, and I think that's why I'm so proud to be part of the United Way.
Yeah, fantastic. Well said. Thank you both.
Thank you.
All right. Information on the screen, unitedwaytnc.ca, 3-year campaign. Fantastic things that this company does, this organization does. So absolutely be a part of it. Check them out online. We're back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.